Hello, welcome in everybody. It's Laura from Tenacious Course Tarot and Astro Insights, and we're going to get a collective message for whoever. I was pulled to sit at my desk. I was drawn to the Guides of the Hidden Realms Oracle deck, and I sat down and I started shuffling, and my guides were like, turn that record button on, Laura. It's time to get a message for whoever. I haven't done one of these messages in a really long time. So we're going to see what needs to come through with the Oracle cards first. We're going to get a main energy. We're going to talk about it. And then we're going to dig deeper in with the tarot. So please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, and share the video, especially if you're resonating with the message. So we got one that fell out on the table. And we've got a way out of the weeds. I do believe this came through in the Twin Flame forecast for the Divine Feminine Collective. And so this could be connected to that reading. It doesn't have to be, but I do feel there's this new emergence of hope. So the energies are thick. The energies are feeling very heavy. There is a massive purge and cleanse. There's a massive energy of going within into the silence during this Mercury retrograde. And so during this retrograde, I think there's going to be a clear way out. And so when the burden is released, the pathway becomes clear. So it might be time to get organized. Maybe you are being called to figure out a way to clear out the clutter. That was a big message over on my business page on Facebook, was clearing out the clutter when it comes to rejuvenating rain. And it was a different deck that I used. So very interesting. A way out of the weeds. It's a 37 card breaking down to a 10, which is an indication of completion. 10s are endings. 10s are completion. When we get to 10, we go right back to the 1. And so with all endings do come new beginnings, but I do feel this is a really difficult decision, right? You got to get organized. You got to get your life organized here, and then you're going to see a way out of the madness, a way out of the weeds. And so if you've recently gone through a tower to push you forward, then there's going to be hope. There's going to be hope after the struggle. There always is. So somebody here I feel is being called to have a little bit of faith. Have faith in the divine plan, because sometimes things don't go the way that we want them to go. And that's just like the divine reminding us that there's always a higher plan. There's always a higher power that is working with us. And so on the bottom of the deck with the emergence of hope, as you can see, it is a 44 card. And so this is about reclaiming back your life. There is this energy of stuckness, of inertia, of somebody basically suppressing their deepest soul's desires. I feel a very prominent Four of Cups. And it's kind of time to close out these cycles, guys. It's really time to reclaim back your life. And so it's a 21 card. It says death reclaims a life. And I know I was in a massive energy of death last night. It felt like death. It felt like a massive ego death when I discovered I could not retrieve anything off of my external hard drive. So I had a massive purge. I went through a major death energy last night, and I realized I cannot salvage any of the work that I have done over the last 4 or 5 years that was transferred all to an external hard drive of mine in order to wipe my laptops so my laptop could be of use again. And I've basically lost everything that I've worked for, that I've collaborated with. Everything's gone. And so the slate got wiped clean for me. And so you might be going through this energy of the slate being wiped clean. And so all endings just are new beginnings. And so oftentimes we don't realize that, hey, we got to let this go. And although it was a very painful release for me, I look at it now the next day, and I'm like, okay, well, I can rebuild. It's not the end of the world, although it felt like it was the end of the world yesterday. But there's a sacred quality when we go through this death energy. And so there's always going to be endings, and we're always going to have to grieve those endings. And so I kind of had to grieve everything that I worked for the last 4 years, because I feel spirit's like, hey, that was holding you back. It's time to level up. And so we do kind of feel like sometimes we've got all the time in the world, and we really don't. We really don't. Although we are infinite beings, we have this one life right now, and it is limitless. It is not limitless. It is limited to the physical reality. And so we always think we have enough time. We have more time. And there usually isn't enough time. There's this energy of needing to make a choice coming through today very loudly. And so how can you recognize, like, hey, maybe you've wasted a lot of time on something? That was really what I felt like. Maybe I wasted a lot of time on work that maybe just kept me busy for the sake of being busy. I've just noticed too this little seahorse energy. And so seahorses are monogamous creatures. They mate for life. Also with seahorses, the male seahorse out of all of creation is the only male that gives birth after a co-creative process. And so there could be a masculine birthing a new sacred quality for their life. There could be a need to let go of an old way of being. But I feel something about divine timing. So let's grab some tarot cards and let's see what other messages need to come through today, guys. I'm going to use the Tarot of Dreams deck. Look at that. We get a new perspective coming in. We get that Pisces energy, the Hanged Man. And so some type of an illusion being shattered. And then we get the Three of Cups in reverse. And so the party's over is what I heard. The party's over. And there's a need to kind of come out of the forest now. Come out of the forest and to see the light. So let's get 9 of these cards out, guys. Let's see what the message is today. What is this message all about? Why did I feel the pull to come here and pull a reading for whoever? So let's get them out. Let's see what this is all about. Hopefully you guys can see all of the cards on the table. I'm trying out different camera angles. Let me know what you think. Definitely a throat energy coming through. Page of Cups, first card out. Oh, we get the 5 of Wands. And we get the 4 of Coins in reverse. And so there is a release. There is a letting go. And I do feel somebody has really struggled with letting something go. And it could be connected to some type of ancestral pattern, ancestral belief, childhood pattern with the page. Oh yeah, we get the page again, the Page of Coins this time. And we get the 10 of Wands. And so I feel there is some type of burden here. There's a burden that's really weighed heavily on somebody's mind, on somebody's heart. I do feel maybe time has been wasted here. What else do we got here when it comes to this release? Oh, the 6 of Coins reversed right below that 4 of Coins in reversed. So there's almost like a 10 of Coins or a 10 of Pentacles in reversed here. This is about a deeply rooted belief or pattern here being released. We get the 3 of Wands. Oh, we get that Tower in reversed, and there it is. You can't rebuild it, right? I could not retrieve that data from my hard drive. I couldn't get any of it back. And so I kind of have to rebuild from a clean slate. And that's also what this Page of Coins is saying. There is a clean slate here for somebody. And I just feel like this tower's like whoosh. Somebody just had the rug pulled out from under them. And that's really what that felt like for me yesterday, was a great big gut punch. A great big gut punch. And then we get the Empress in reversed. And so this is definitely a need to evaluate self-worth, self-value. Somebody here maybe doesn't see their worth or their value, but this is also about releasing a false foundation. And so there could be a deeply rooted mother wound here, right? The Empress in reverse, she's not very nurturing. She's not very loving. She definitely loves with conditions. And if you don't provide her with what she wants, she will take something away from you. The Empress in reversed can also indicate unfaithfulness, a lack of fertility, a lack of growth. It is representative of Taurus, Libra energy. I do feel Capricorn. But this Tower energy, I feel, is connected to Mars about to go retrograde. Mars is going to station retrograde. I believe it's on December the 6th. And it is in Leo. It's going to go retrograde at 6 degrees 10. That I do remember. The energy of the Lovers with the wheel. And so there might be an unexpected choice coming up here. But once again, those 10s are endings. Those 10s are completion. And we got somebody here feeling really, really foolish. And so we did have that last full moon in Taurus in a conjunction to Uranus, which was all about surprises, all about bringing down false realities, false foundations, breaking apart false connections that are rooted in, a false sense of security. Because I do feel with the Knight of Cups in reverse, there's a need to recognize maybe a loveless situation. The Knight of Cups in reverse, this is my smiling liar. This is somebody that is a manipulator. This is somebody that speaks words of love and will love bomb you to no end, but really doesn't have what it takes to fulfill those love bombing words. And so you might be feeling foolish if you're falling for a love bomber, if you're falling for a future faker. That's also that energy, I feel. But below that, we get the High Priestess. Somebody here knows. Somebody here is well aware of somebody's lies. There could be the truth coming to light. This could mean an unexpected confession, but I feel the truth is coming to light, and I just feel blocks are about to be removed with that Seven of Swords, because it's kind of time to bring something back into balance. So there is like this karmic rebalancing, and so everything that is unfolding, I feel, is exactly how it's meant to unfold. And so there could be some unwelcome news coming. Look at all of the pages. This could be a child exposing something as well. But I feel there's going to be some challenging communication, maybe a blunt message being delivered. But this blunt message is going to break somebody free from that Four of Cups that I felt. And so this is about going towards heart expansion, going towards victory, overcoming third party. And third party doesn't have to be another person, although that Knight of Cups could be somebody that has strung multiple people along. It doesn't have to be a man. It can be a woman too. Women can be players too. But I feel we get a moon in Cancer here. It could be a moon in Cancer, but there's victory here after the challenge, right? And so do you want to keep playing into drama? Do you want to keep playing into conflict? Do you want to keep fighting with people? Or do you want to go towards victory and success? Because there is a need to recognize, like, hey, the party's over. I'm all done dealing with people that are codependent, people that are depending on me to provide for them. And so there's going to be an opportunity to plant a new seed. And I do feel something about releasing materialism. So let's keep shuffling here, and let's clarify this 10 of Wands. So this could be happening within the next 10 days. There's going to be a huge release, and maybe this has been a struggle for the last 5 years. So the 10 of Wands is connected to a Queen of Wands. She's upright. We get that King of Coins in reverse, and we just peeked and we saw those two on the bottom of the deck. So very mismatched pair. Very mismatched pair. And then we get the Devil in reverse. So there is a separation. There's a separation when it comes to a mismatched pair. And what I feel is we've got a feminine here making the final cut, making the final call, recognizing her worth and her value, and releasing somebody that I feel maybe is a miser, maybe likes to have control over money. We've got somebody here that all they care about is the money. And it's kind of time to break yourself free from some type of like imprisonment. There could be a trauma bond here. But I do feel, I just feel like a huge recognition of a false flame or a false counterpart situation. And let's face it, there's a lot of toxic relationships out there, and people want to call it twin flame. But if you're asking yourself, oh my God, why can't I quit you? There's a deeply rooted false belief here that needs to be released. And so ultimately, there's going to be an opportunity to walk through the doorway of a whole new experience when it comes to foundations, love, and relationships. But there is a need to recognize a core childhood wound that keeps you stuck in a struggling situation, I think, due to some type of distorted belief. If you are fighting with somebody, if you are in a relationship that is riddled with conflict and drama, let me tell you, that is not twin flame. That is not twin soul, because a twin soul union is unconditional love. And so there is some type of an awakening going on here. I do feel there's been blocked life force energy. And so somebody here is getting a major wake-up call. And there is going to be this process, I feel, of soul retrieval going on here. And so Pluto, death. This is absolution. This is the end of a situation of a mismatched pair. It could be Aries, Leo, Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel strong Capricorn. But I feel when Pluto moved from Capricorn to Aquarius, there was a revelation, an aha moment. And now there's just a need to get honest about what isn't working. There is some type of separation. This could be the ending of a long-standing commitment or a marriage. There's somebody that's been living in a state of denial, and I feel avoiding this heart healing. And so what is the Empress in reversed? Because we've got somebody here, I feel, about to speak some truth. And so maybe this Queen of Wands is saying, hey, I'm finally going to recognize my worth and my value. Because the Queen of Wands, she's the first queen in all of the queens in the tarot. And we got to start with that fire, that passionate energy. And we got to turn all of the negative karmic energy inside of us upward to become that Empress. And so somebody, I feel, is going through a divine feminine activation and healing self-worth issues. That's what I feel. We were clarifying the Empress. So we could have a feminine here going through an unexpected tower. I do feel this is leading towards accelerated ascension. There could be an abundance of messages coming. So pay attention. Spirit will send us messages in the most divine way, whether it's through the people we meet on the streets, the number synchronicities, billboards, or you hear something on a TV show that you're watching. This could be downloads coming in from the higher mind. But this is going to bring something, I think, to a dead stop. The Chariot in reverse is like, emotional breakdown. And so, yeah, somebody is walking away from, I feel, some type of commitment. And I do think been holding on because of the money and everything that it provided. And that's really been keeping somebody stuck in this bubble. This bubble's going to burst, guys. The bubble's going to burst, and it's going to lead to a huge loss. But it's kind of time to walk away from some type of fantasy or illusion. So I don't know who's walking away. It could be the Emperor walking away. It could be the Empress in reverse. Either way, we've got a mismatched pair here. And it's kind of time to shed the old to bring in the new. And so this might feel like a massive betrayal. But this is going to get the blocks removed. There's a need to recognize the truth on the heart. And to admit, hey, I was foolish. And maybe you've been with this person since you were teenagers, and that's quite possible. And let's face it, sometimes people grow together and sometimes people grow apart. I'm never one to say, hey, go get a divorce. But if your relationship isn't working, you already know deep down inside that it's not working. And so the Seven of Swords is saying, hey, get yourself to this place of honesty, self-honesty, being honest with others, because we can't avoid the heartbreak. We kind of got to walk through the heartbreak. We got to go through the mysteries of all of the darkness, all of the shadow self. We got to walk through the rebirth by fire in order to bring justice into our lives. And so we're right back to that unwelcome message, that unwelcome news. So get ready for a difficult conversation, guys. It's probably not going to be easy, but it's going to be needed in order to break yourself free from this state of inertia, this stuckness, this feeling like you are suppressed and you can't be yourself. And then you're going straight towards victory and a new beginning and a brand new beginning. So I think the masks are off. The codependency issues are being definitely illuminated. So what are we going to close this reading off with? We are going to grab a spiritual journey oracle message. Look at that bottom of the deck. Spend some time alone. Quiet introspection will really allow you to have faith, to trust in the divine, to see your way through this, and to understand, like, hey, fear is an illusion. Somebody here is afraid to walk away from an experience because they're in some type of an illusion of the mind. And so I think you're dealing with a catalyst, and this person is here to redirect you. And so get ready for some type of challenging truth, challenging revelation. But this ending is going to allow you to reclaim your life back, okay? Purge and cleanse. That's what we got today, guys. We get purge and cleanse, meditation practice, and relationship paradigms. And so a relationship paradigm shift. And so Spirit is there to offer you the guidance that you need, the guidance that you are seeking. And I do feel Spirit is saying, hey, I recognize you're in a tough situation, but it's time to calm the mind. It's time to have that difficult conversation. It's time to open up the channels of communication. Spirit is saying, center yourself, because there is a negative situation here that needs to be purged and cleansed. There's a person that you're dealing with that keeps attributing to recycling back into negative behaviors connected to childhood. And this all needs to be purged. And so get ready for a shift in relationships, because Spirit is like, hey, cut the cord, walk away, release yourself. You know what? There's probably a lot of memories here between the two of you, but ultimately this was meant to come to an end in order to open up your heart. And so I think you're about to peel back the layers here. You're going to see this situation from a whole new perspective, and forgiveness is really what's going to be needed, because let's get at it. This is going to get intense. It's going to keep getting more intense until you bring it to the surface and you address it. And so somebody here, I feel, has a gut intuitive feeling about this. Your higher self is screaming at you, hey, it's time to cut the cord. It's time to release this. Even if you don't know where it is that you're going, trust that your intuition is guiding you towards what is best for you guys. That's what I got for a message today for whoever. I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. Let me know what you think down below. If you would like to go further with me with a personal reading, there will be links below in the comment section, as well as in the description box. Check it out. Don't forget to head on over to the membership side of the channel if you'd like to join me live every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time, where I pull into all 12 zodiacs. I hope to see you over on the other side, guys. Have a great day.